Alright guys, we're back, man, to the Drive Time series exclusive Translucent Origin. We are at the 10 o'clock mark on Blackout Tuesday. And I recorded a small segment and I was interrupted because obviously I was at work, But I wanted to come back and kind of go into a little bit more detail. Whether you were black, whether you were white, whether you were brown, whether you are a racist, whether you are not a racist, whether you're Republican or Democrat, whether you're an alien, whether you're legal or illegal, it doesn't matter about whether your opinion is right or wrong. The only thing that is important and the only thing that matters is that when we come to these points in history and you have an opportunity to choose a path, that you choose the path that is going to be on the right side of history. That's all it's about, man. I don't believe personally that any of this stuff that we're facing here in 2020 will lead to a civil war. It will lead to, complete anarchy and the destruction of the U.S. government. I don't believe any of that. What I do believe is that we will continue to have unrest. We will continue to have extreme cases of violence, sad stories, in moments to where they tear our entire core apart. If we don't stand up now for injustice, when will we? In America, man, we've been in this situation. Honestly, we've been in this situation since the end. Probably since the end of the Civil Rights Movement and the beginning of rights for all people. Meaning that when Martin Luther King was assassinated and the riots followed and then the bill was passed, nothing really changed. Malcolm X assassinated, nothing really changed. Marcus Garvey gone, nothing really changed. Dick Gregory passed away, nothing really changed. And we can go on and on, man. We've just been left in a state of confusion, to be honest, man. And for me, it's very different for me. My American experience is completely different from all of the other African Americans here in America. I'm not from America. I'm from Germany. I was born and I was raised in Germany. When I grew up and I turned into my teens and became a man, I was in Germany. I didn't come to America, man, until 2003. And from 2003 until present, I've only experienced racism 3 times in my life. And out of those 3 times in my life, they've all come from different races. The first time that I experienced racism was in basic training in the United States Army in 2003. And it was a group of black dudes that, because I didn't fit in with the black crowd, I was called Nazi, and they threatened violence, tried to kill me with a fire extinguisher. And obviously, I'm here to tell the story, and, plus I'm not going to let anybody defeat me when it comes to fighting. So I won victories after victories, but I didn't really understand or grasp the concept that was going on, but I could definitely see that there's a difference between me and most black people here in America. The second incident of racism was actually in Italy. And during this trip to Italy, there was a Volkswagen Beetle. And the guy that was on the Volkswagen Beetle, I guess I was in the middle of the street, or I didn't see him come in, didn't wait for the lights, something like that. Maybe I was jaywalking. I was very, very young. He yelled out of his window, "Nigger." Screamed it at the top of his lungs. That's the only thing I remember from that. And then the third time was when I was terminated from my job and there was no opportunity for me to give my side of the story. First time I've ever been terminated for a job. While I was on that job, in the position that I was in, most of the managers, I would say 8 out of 10 managers, discriminated against young African American men and women because of their name. So they would not hire these applicants, or they would bring them in for interviews knowing that they wouldn't hire them, just so that they can see their face and put a name to the face. So it's frustrating for me and it's confusing for me, but that doesn't stop me from taking one moment out of my day to do something so small on such a small scale, but so big on a larger scale that sends a great message, and that is to change your social media status, a little picture, a little blacked out picture. You do that, and it opens up the conversation, and the conversations that are opening and the conversations that are happening and the debates that are happening are actually bringing about change and healing. Because it's always been, especially down here in the South, it's always been, let things be, don't bring up the past, move forward, all this other stuff. It's not working. Something has to give, and hopefully in time, things will start to change and get better in America. That's the whole point of this. But you showed your colors today. Not saying that I have anything against you or, I am mad at you or angry. No, I don't. But I definitely saw a lot of people, and I was very surprised at the people that did not join in on the conversation when they had plenty of time to do it. I respect your opinion. I respect your decision, but I absolutely, totally disagree with it. And I can't sit there and be associated with you. That's my choice, just like you made your choice today. So I hope that you have a good life. I hope that nothing bad happens to you, because I don't wish anything bad upon you. And I continue to pray for you. That's it. That's the only thing I got for you. Other than that, guys, we're out of here, man. To the family of George Floyd and to all of the countless African Americans that have died, I'm praying for you. And I hope that one day your heart is healed. That's it, guys. Justice for all. Black Lives Matter.